These are rappers who almost died on live. First, let's start with Kodak Black. Kodak Black came up in the Golden Acres Projects, located in Pompano Beach, Florida. He started rapping with a group of teenagers from his neighborhood, and he later found out that the so-called recording studio that they were using was actually a trap house. This exposed him to a life of drugs and violence. He showed his love for rap at a very young age, releasing his first song at 11 years old called I Go with the group he joined called Brutal Youngins. Kodak was working really hard as a youngin' because he even went on to drop a song at 14 years old titled Ambitions. But he was also caught up in loads of legal drama. Kodak was sent to juvie 3 times at 15, and that really didn't teach him a lesson because in December 2013, he ended up getting an insane charge that could possibly have landed him in prison for life. A recording company, Dollars and Deals, saw potential in young Kodak, so they paid lawyers to fight his case. After some legal battles, Kodak was only sentenced to 3 years of probation. These lawyers really saved his life. When he was released, the label signed him and he went on to release his first mixtape, Project Baby. His hit No Flockin' was the first single to take off, even catching Drake's attention. The rapper went on to become one of the top rappers in the game, but even that didn't keep him away from the streets. Kodak has been in and out of trouble, going back to prison, getting into fights, and even shooting at people. But this one moment on live where he almost died in a shootout stood out the most. On February 12th of this year, Kodak was leaving Justin Bieber's after party in LA with Gunna when a fight broke out. You can see Kodak instantly run and jump into the fight, stomping on whoever was on the ground. He got a good 4 kicks in before a masked man was seen in the background pulling out a gun and shooting in the rapper's direction. It's unknown if Kodak was the target because he only got hit in the leg and none of his wounds were critical. He later went live to address the situation, saying how if he was on the other side of the gun, the situation would have gone a completely different way, but he was just in LA trying to chill after the Super Bowl and not start any drama.
If we was on the other side of the gun, y'all know how that shit, man. But
yeah, we gonna whoop ass or we gonna smoke ass.
We're chilling on some good boy shit. Like, we were chilling on good boy speakers and by tripping up the LA Super Bowl, vibing like that. We pack light with little people, bro.
I guess my mom was right when she used to tell me trouble will always come and find you. But if you thought that was crazy, this next rapper was enjoying a normal conversation with his friend on IG when he got caught lacking by the ops. Indian Red Boy is a rapper from California, best known for beefing with the Rolling 60s after Nipsey Hussle passed and his partner Capone defaced Nipsey's mural in LA. Nipsey Hussle is a well-respected Rolling 60s Crip from LA that recently passed in a shooting. The Rolling 60s Crips are known to have beef with IFG or IFGB, more locally known as the Inglewood Family Gang Bloods. It was rumored that a bunch of Crips allegedly went to an IFG member's memorial and kicked over all of the flowers and candles. Capone, one of the IFG members, responded by defacing Nipsey's mural and tagging his name, letting everyone know it was him. The Rolling 60s didn't take this too well. A 60s member went live saying that if the Bloods don't punish Capone for doing what he did, then the Rolling 60s would take it into their own hands.
And you gonna come over here and put this baby Capone shit? Alright, I bet you gonna change your name today. I bet you that. Y'all need to beat that up right now before the homies mount up and come do some dumb shit to y'all.
This is when Indian Red Boy got himself into the situation. He defended Capone's actions and went on to continue to diss the 60s. On July 8th, 2021, Red Boy was shot and killed while on Instagram Live with his homie Capone. Red Boy was chilling in his car on live talking to Capone, and out of nowhere you hear some gunshots ringing in the background. Red Boy is then seen gasping for air while trying to pronounce the word Hawthorne after Capone repeatedly asked where he is. To a lot of people, it may seem that he was killed in revenge for Nipsey, but that might not even be the case. According to someone close to the situation, he was actually shot over a girl and switching up on his gang. On July 13th, 2021, an unidentified man went live to explain the situation further, saying that Red Boy and his homeboy were messing with the same girl and Red Boy was talking real greasy about his friend, basically pillow talk. When the friend found out, the two got into a fight in front of all of the homies, and Red Boy got beat up really badly. It's crazy how good friends can fall out over a woman. He continued to say that Red Boy was mad that his homies didn't intervene, so he went to Inglewood where he got jumped into another gang and started repping Inglewood. Whatever situation played out, Red Boy should have been ready regardless. But this next situation might be the worst. This Florida rapper got shot while driving with his kids. Wavy Navy Pooh is a Miami rapper signed to QC and has appeared on multiple projects with Lil Yachty, Migos, and even Lil Baby. Wavy came up in Liberty City, a neighborhood in Miami where he was surrounded by violence and criminal activity. Wavy says it feels like every week someone he knows got killed. He jumped into the streets around 17 years old when no school offered him a scholarship but one in North Dakota. This demotivated him and he felt like the streets was his only way out. In April 2020, he dropped his single, Murder is a Major Issue, or Miami, which took off and secured his spot in the rap game. But Wavy was still living the street life. In May 2020, Wavy was chilling with some homies when some of his ops pulled up and shot at the group of guys. Wavy was hit in the leg, but he survived and ended up firing back in self-defense. The police used this situation to link Wavy to a bunch of shootings in the Miami-Dade area in the previous year. Wavy was well known for being out there in the Miami streets. It was until January 14th of this year, Wavy would experience a situation that would change his life forever. Wavy was riding around in Miami in his black Toyota Camry with a woman and 2 children. The 4 came to a stop at a red light when a gray Lexus full of men pulled up next to them and let off 80 shots into the car, killing Wavy. The woman and the 2 children came out uninjured, but very traumatized by what they just witnessed. You can even hear the gunshots going off through a dash cam of a nearby officer. 80 rounds is crazy though. One of them definitely had a Glock with a switch. This next situation shows us that when you're involved in the streets, you can't even buy a Lakers jersey in peace. Rapper Honeykomb Brazy grew up in the hood in Mobile, Alabama, where he was surrounded by drugs, guns, and crime. Brazy never really had any solid idols to look up to because both of his parents were locked up through most of his childhood. Brazy has had many hits, including Freestyle and Dead People, but he is most known for his street altercations. And even though the Mobile rapper is only 27, he has spent over 10 years behind bars and has been shot multiple times. He is even involved with some beef that got so serious, his grandparents were killed in a house fire behind it. Back in 2016, one of Brazy's childhood friends named Stank walked in on him and his girlfriend home alone. Brazy claimed he was only there to sell her some za, but Stank wasn't hearing that. The two got into a heated argument and Stank ended up dying. Like I said earlier, y'all gotta watch out when y'all dealing with these women. One misunderstanding can lead to a loss of life. Brazy then went on to beat the murder case, but his entire city hated him because they all loved Stank dearly. The Alabama rapper could no longer live a regular life because everywhere he went, he was getting shot at by his newly made ops. However, the most controversial moment was in November of 2020 when he went live after buying a Kobe Bryant jersey in Montgomery to show it off to his fans. Brazy was chilling on live with some friends, just having a good time until about 7 minutes into the live when you can see the rapper look up and gunshots start to go off. Brazy immediately drops his phone and you can hear him screaming in the background asking, "Where's the gun?" and the gunshots continue to ring. Brazy left the scene uninjured and later went on to release the surveillance footage with an outside view of the shooting. The footage shows the rapper and his friends chilling in the front of a barbershop when a gray SUV rides past. A few seconds after it passes, the group of guys are seen ducking behind the car and pulling out their guns, shooting towards the direction that the truck went in. You can even see the driver hop out the car and run towards the SUV's direction while shooting. Surprisingly, nobody was hit in this shootout, but this shows you that his crew was on point and ready for whatever, whenever. And if you like this video, make sure to check this one out too.